What's up, guys? I'm back again with another review here. I'm a little late on this, but just decided to do it now. Been busy the past few days, but I'm here to review the previous episode of Wandavision, I believe, episode 8, which is entitled "Previously On." And we last episode we find out that Agnes is the master mastermind between she isn't exactly who she claimed to be. She's not exactly the friendly the neighborhood the friendly neighbor that you would expect, and turns out she's a like an evil witch type thing. If you need to know more about her or want to know about her, just look her up online. I know she's like some I can't. It's hard to explain. The whole story of Scarlet Witch is very confusing in the comics. But we picked off where this last episode left off, and Scarlet just figured out who Agnes is, and um, Agnes wants to. Agnes is threatening Scarlet to it to kill her kids if she doesn't tell her how she was able to bring that whole town to life and make it her own world. And even though Scarlet doesn't know exactly how she did it, Agnes has her ways of getting things out of her, and through Pietro's eyes and Pietro's ears, she was able to hear um, kind of how she was maybe able to do it, but didn't really get she doesn't understand the full extent of her power. So we take a trip down memory lane back to when she was a kid, and a lot of this stuff with Scarlet is very traumatizing, very heartbreaking, and it just really took a toll on her, and it still affects her to this day. It seems as if she struggles with, in my opinion, it just seems like with the stuff that she had growing, the stuff that she went through growing up, and even now, that she might have a little PTSD from those situations. And in the beginning, we see her and her family with we see her and her family with as kids, and there's a whole explosion, and there was like a torpedo, or it was something that landed into their house, which happened to be, you guessed it, Stark Industries written on it. And in my opinion, I was just like, oh wow, another reference to Industries being up to something. Wow, what a surprise. And to be honest, that wasn't really surprising. One was kind of annoying to because throughout the MCU, we know that if you really think about it, Tony is actually the bad guy throughout it. I mean, because he's responsible for half of the stuff that goes on, even after, even the whole Spider-Man Far From Home thing, which I'm not going to get into. But yeah, after that, I believe they were sent to like a foster home. Her and Pietro, Pietro, and they go through. They revisit when they were working for Hydra, and they got powers from I believe what were the two stones? I think it was the Tesseract, and there's something, I can't remember what the two stones were, but yes, it was very God, what's the word I'm looking for? it was very hard to watch her go through all of this stuff from the past to the present, because every time she revisits, every time Scarlett revisits that stuff, it takes a toll on her emotional, emotionally, and it really is kind of heartbreaking how you see. Uh, it really is heartbreaking to see her go through all those losses that she went through, and basically she doesn't have anyone anymore, and the whole bringing Vision back to life thing was she feels left alone, she feels abandoned, hurt, and she doesn't want to let her loved one go. I mean, she already lost her parents, she lost Pietro, and then now she loses Vision, who she wasn't even allowed to see. And the guy, I can't remember the guy's name, the guy that won Sword, they were dismantling Vision, and she wasn't even allowed to give him a proper burial. And just out of anger, out of frustration, she let all of that go, and that's how we basically got WandaVision, which is which actually kind of leads into the which actually kind of makes sense, because I thought it was gonna go a different way. Like she broke into the building or whatever and rebuilt Vision. I thought that's how it was gonna go, but the guy that was running Sword is an huge asshole, and the ending of this episode with Agnes telling Scarlet Witch, I mean, telling Wanda that she is Scarlet Witch, retcons, uh, possibly might retcon X-Men into the MCU universe. So it's weird because usually when before Disney bought out Fox, they couldn't refer to them as mutants. They were just people who got superpowers later on. But now that Disney acquires Fox, now this is a way to basically usher in the X-Men. And I think it was a pretty smart way of doing it. I liked it. I did enjoy this episode. I can't wait to see the X-Men finally be introduced to the MCU. I don't know whether it's going to be a movie or a TV series. I think we get more out of a TV series, but we'll see what happens. But I did enjoy this episode. Let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.